Welcome to Sports Showtime. I'm Myron Smothers. Jacob, what happened to your hair? Did the honey badger strip it?
I'm Jacob Krasno. No, Myron, his name is Tyrann Matthew, and no, he did not steal it. Speaking of lame nicknames, I was supposed to sell the naming rights to my beard, but the deal fell through. Something about a better deal with the Superdome or something? I don't know. Sports Showtime, Jim out.
Welcome to Sports Showtime, your source for everything LSU athletics. Here with my partner in crime, Jacob Krasno. I'm Myron Smothers. It's been a busy week and we have a lot to cover in today's show.
Yes, we do, Myron. The soccer team ends its homestand, the tennis team looks for some home improvements, and Hank Williams Jr., he's no longer ready for some football. But as always, we begin with the LSU football team. In terms of LSU's quarterbacks, don't call it a comeback. Maybe it was the booze Tiger fans somehow managed to drink before Saturday mornings and possibly early 11:20 a.m. kickoff, or maybe it was the actual booze raining down on starting quarterback turned suspect turned backup quarterback Jordan Jefferson. It was definitely interesting, and our own Daniel Brown was there.
The boos for Jordan Jefferson were definitely audible. After entering the game for the first time this season, the reaction from the fans caught head coach Les Miles and other players by surprise.
I can't imagine anybody would take the field for the Tigers and give them everything they got and be treated poorly. It's just to me, how could you anticipate that?
I don't understand it. I know everybody makes mistakes, sometimes, mistakes ain't their fault.
When it did happen, I went behind Jordan and I grabbed him. I said, you go out there and make a big-time play. And when Jordan scored a touchdown and Lee started celebrating, that let me know that it's not about everybody else. It's not about ESPN. It's not about prime time. It's about all these guys on this team.
That reassuring show of support from Jarrett Lee is something that comes from the top. After his worst passing performance of the season, Miles let his QB know that his position on the depth chart is safe.
Jarrett Lee is our starting quarterback, and he continues to play well and continues to do things that we ask him to do and lead our team, and that's the way we'll go from this point forward.
He has reassured me, and he said, don't be looking over your shoulder. You just keep playing the way you've been playing and improve every week. And I took that to heart, and that's kind of the approach I'm taking.
Lee will try and duplicate the success he had against Florida last season, where he led the team on a game-winning drive in the final seconds. But while a lot of the focus was on the potential rumblings at quarterback, the opposite side of the ball had a mission of their own.
After giving up 400-plus yards to the West Virginia offense last week, the Tigers' defense wanted to showcase that they could be dominant once again.
Coming into this game, we definitely wanted to minimize that. I think in the first half, we had 44 total yards. So it's really about us just getting back into that groove, playing LSU defense.
We went out there with a lot of speed on our mind. How to get into the quarterback. You notice a lot of two people on this ball, two people on the sack, one person on the sack. People making big plays, knocking the hand out of the quarterback. Tyrann Matthews coming to scoop it up. We want to reestablish that part of our game to let people know that we can get to the pass. We can get to the quarterback off the pass rush.
For Tiger TV, I'm Daniel Brown.
In the 20 quarters of action this season, the Tigers' defense has held their opponent without a touchdown in 15 of them.
As Daniel pointed out in his story, Jordan Jefferson returned to the team Saturday, but in a backup role. Yesterday, Jefferson spoke to the media for the first time since rejoining the team. He says he made no apologies and he still wants to be the starter for LSU.
The goal of mine is very important to me, and I will do whatever it takes to get to that situation, but as of right now, it's for what's best for the team.
Jefferson also says that he kept in contact with his teammates during his suspension.
The undefeated LSU Tigers will play host this weekend to 17th-ranked Florida Gators. Will Muschamp returns to Tiger Stadium, but but this time as the opposing head coach. As the defensive coordinator at LSU, Muschamp helped the Tigers win a national championship under former head man Nick Saban.
However, Florida will be without starting quarterback John Brantley, who suffered a right ankle injury against Alabama and will be forced to play true freshman Jeff Driscoll. The Gators have multiple threats on offense. On the ground, running backs Chris Rainey, Jeff Demps, and Mike Gillespie has combined for over 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns.
Defensively, expect Florida to pressure the LSU offense and attempt to create turnovers. Florida leads the nation in interceptions with 72 since 2008.
The LSU-Florida matchups in the past have been nothing short of entertaining. LSU and Florida meet up for the 58th time Saturday in Tiger Stadium. Florida leads the all-time series 30-24 with 3 ties.
Last year, the Tigers traveled to Florida and defeated the Gators for Les Miles' first win at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium as they broke Florida's 12-game home win streak. The Mad Hatter also became the first coach to beat Florida 3 times since Charlie McClendon. The Tigers won a thriller 33-29. LSU won on a 10-play, 62-yard game-winning drive.
During that drive, the Mad Hatter pulled a rabbit out of his hat with a fake field goal as the holder, Derek Hinton, threw a no-look pass to Josh Jasper for a first down. LSU drove to the 1-yard line and quarterback Jared Lee completed a fade in the final minute to Terrence Tolliver for the touchdown in shocking fashion.
Despite getting the honor of the 2:30 time slot Saturday afternoon, LSU and Florida is not the only big game this weekend. In the wee hours of the morning, Mississippi State travels to winless UAB at 11 a.m. on Saturday. South Carolina will follow up their first loss of the season by hosting the Kentucky Wildcats at 11:21 on the SEC Network.
At 6 p.m., 15th-ranked Auburn heads up to lovely Fayetteville to battle the 10th-ranked Arkansas Razorbacks on ESPN. Tyler Wilson and company, of course, are coming off a huge comeback win over the soon-to-be members of the SEC, Texas A&M. The second-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide will face a surprisingly strong Vanderbilt squad on ESPNU.
Over in Knoxville, SEC rivals Georgia and Tennessee will face off starting at 6 o'clock on ESPN2. Jamie, it's postseason time in the majors, and some LSU players are blowing up right now.
That's right, Jacob. When we come back, I'll have more on former LSU players in postseason play.
At George's, you'll fit right in. BR's original comfort food. We have awesome hamburgers and po' boys. We also have a full-service bar. Dine in or take it to go 7 days a week. Everyday food specials. George's Restaurant is open from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and open late after LSU home games.
Purple and gold are more than LSU's colors. They define us. Purple is the passion that drives our pursuit of golden achievements. They're the unstoppable combination that propelled Shaq to 4 NBA championships, took rockers better than Ezra platinum, and helped Maxime Faget's spacecraft punch a hole in the mesosphere, blasting the first American into space. Whether you want to be a superstar, a rock star, or send people closer to the stars, we transform your potential into greatness. Love purple, live gold.
Welcome back to Sports Showtime. This week, it's time for former LSU basketball and baseball stars to shine in the pros. Former LSU basketball star Simone Augustus added 22 points to push the Lynx to an 88-74 victory over the Atlanta Dream, Game 1 of the WNBA Finals. Augustus is the 8th ranking scorer in the WNBA with 16 to 4 points per game. While at LSU, Augustus received National Player of the Year and First Team All-American. She became the first female student athlete to have her jersey retired and the first to be named to a United States Olympic team. You can catch Simone in action Wednesday night in the second game against the Dream. The Arizona Diamondbacks' Aaron Hill went 3 for 3 with only 2 walks in Game 2 of the National League Division Series against the Milwaukee Brewers. The Diamondbacks' second baseman had 3 singles and a run scored on Sunday's game, but it wasn't enough to put a win on the board for Arizona with 9-4 loss. This former LSU star wore the purple and gold from 2001 to 2003. Now for a former LSU player who received a win this week is Ryan Theriot. This shortstop for the St. Louis Cardinals slammed a pair of doubles, scoring his team 2 runs, helping them beat the Phillies 5-4 on Sunday night. Well, that's going to do it for us this week with Tigers in the Pros. Tune in next week to see how former LSU stars are doing in the pros. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Now back to Jacob and Myron.
Thanks, Jamie. Of course, the NFL action continued last night with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting the Indianapolis Colts.
With a win, the Colts could avoid their first 0-4 start since Peyton Manning's rookie year in 1998. And with a win, the Bucs could be tied for first in the NFC South with the Saints. But, of course, Manning, native New Orleanian and former Isidore Newman standout, go Greenies, out again with that pesky neck injury. With a 3-0 lead in the second quarter, his replacement Curtis Painter finds Pierre Garçon, who says, "Au revoir, Tampa Bay." That's French for, "We'll see ya." Garçon, 87-yard reception, Colts up 10-zip.
Bucs still down in the second quarter. LeGarrette Blount shows the Colts D his truck stick, but Phillip Wheeler puts the right analog stick to use as well. That's what you call a snot bubbler, boys and girls. Late in the drive, Josh Freeman sneaks through the goal line to put the Bucs up on the board. 10-7, Colts still up.
Second half action, Painter to Garçon again. Could he go? Mais non! Vite, vite, Garçon! Pierre gets a touchdown catch, part deux. This one for 59 yards. Curtis Painter in the house, making some fantasy noise. Colts break the 10-10 tie, leading 17-10, but it wouldn't last long. Bucs tied at 17, thanks to backup QB Josh Johnson picking up the first on this drive with the option.
Maybe LSU's JJ had the future in Tampa's offense. Tied at 17 in the fourth, LeGarrette Blount goes untouched up the middle to put the Buccaneers up for good. Reggie Wayne, sad face. Bucs 24, Colts 17. That's a final. The Colts slide to 0-4, and Bucs sit atop the NFC South with the Saints.
The Saints also made headlines yesterday when Mercedes-Benz reached a 10-year agreement for the Superdome naming rights. Saints owner Tom Benson owns Mercedes dealerships in New Orleans and San Antonio. He says his wife Gail came up with the idea first while meeting with Mercedes officials in Germany last April. The name change will take effect when the Saints host the Colts October 23rd on NBC's Sunday Night Football.
Coming up, get ready for Extreme Home Makeover, Tennis Edition.
Myron, midterms getting you down? Don't worry. The LSU soccer team was tested this weekend too, so stop cramming so you can find out how they fared when we return.
At George's, you'll fit right in. BR's original comfort food. We have awesome hamburgers and po' boys. We also have a full-service bar. Dine in or take it to go 7 days a week. Everyday food specials. George's Restaurant is open from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and open late after LSU home games.
Purple and gold are more than LSU's colors. They define us. Purple is the passion that drives our pursuit of golden achievements. They're the unstoppable combination that propelled Shaq to 4 NBA championships, took rockers better than Ezra platinum, and helped Maxime Faget's spacecraft punch a hole in the mesosphere, blasting the first American into space. Whether you want to be a superstar, a rock star, or send people closer to the stars, we transform your potential into greatness. Love purple, live gold.
Showtime. Jacob, LSU Soccer Club has been on fire lately.
Yes, they have, Myron. Winning seems to come easy for the LSU soccer team with 9 straight wins after this weekend's matches. The Lady Tigers won 2-0 against the 10th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers Friday night. The first half involved a cornucopia of unsuccessful scoring chances until the 34th minute when midfielder Natalie Ayub hit a rocket laser shot off the crossbar and into the net to make it 1-0.
The Tigers got another goal when forward Addie Eggleston scored a breakaway in the 60th to put the game out of reach. Each goal was Ayoub's and Eggleston's second of the season. Coach Brian Lee says the Lady Tigers will continue to move on with their SEC schedule.
Well, we thought from the beginning we could challenge to win the SEC. Now you got to take that game by game. It's been a great non-conference season for the conference. We've got 9 teams in the top 50, so every game's going to be a battle.
The Tigers have one more home game left this season on Thursday, October 12th against South Carolina.
The Lady Tigers continued their winning ways on Sunday with a 2-1 victory over Georgia. Carly Banks found the back of the net in the 9th minute to give the Tigers an early lead. Taryn Boudreau added the Tigers' second goal in the 17th minute. Georgia's Nicole Lucandro put Georgia on the board in the 23rd minute, but the Lady Tigers held on for the victory. The win puts LSU at 9-3-1, including a conference best 4-0 in SEC play. For her efforts, Boudreau was named SEC Player of the Week for the second consecutive week. She's heating up, folks. This is the 4th consecutive week that an LSU player has been named SEC Player of the Week, and the team is now ranked 14th in Soccer America's Top 25. The Tigers travel to Nashville Friday night to face Vanderbilt.
The LSU women's swimming and diving team kicked off the new season with a convincing 193-98 victory over Tulane Green Wave in the LSU Natatorium Friday night. The Lady Tigers placed first in all 16 events. Samantha Goetz, Sarah Haley, Jana Rummerman, and Tori Bussey each placed first in 2 swimming events. Alex Betrig took first in the 1-meter diving, and Ellie Schmidt won 3-meter diving. The Lady Tigers continue to play when they meet Florida State on October 14th in Tallahassee.
Soon to come, Michelle Williams and the LSU volleyball team faced off against not one, but 2 SEC foes. Find out how they fared.
And reporter Troy Gowden looks into plans for a brand new tennis facility in Baton Rouge. Stick around. More sports Showtime after the break.
At George's, you'll fit right in. BR's original comfort food. We have awesome hamburgers and po' boys. We also have a full-service bar. Dine in or take it to go 7 days a week. Everyday food specials. George's Restaurant is open from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and open late after LSU home games.
Purple and gold are more than LSU's colors. They define us. Purple is the passion that drives our pursuit of golden achievements. They're the unstoppable combination that propelled Shaq to 4 NBA championships, took rockers better than Ezra platinum, and helped Maxime Faget's spacecraft punch a hole in the mesosphere, blasting the first American into space. Whether you want to be a superstar, a rock star, or send people closer to the stars, we transform your potential into greatness. Love purple, live gold.
Welcome back. Jacob, I think it's time we got served. And I'm not talking about that old B2K movie when they were dancing and all that, but I think it's really time we got served.
Never saw it. Either way, the LSU volleyball team hosted the Lady Volunteers from Tennessee Friday night at the Maravich Center. Spirits were high by the 3rd set as LSU was tied with the Vols at 1 set apiece. But the Lady Tigers ended the night with a 3-1 loss. Tiger highlights were Desiree Elliott and Maddie Jones combining for 21 kills and 26 points. Senior Lauren Wozlosik set a career high with 18 digs, and junior Megan Maneri added 17. After the match, Coach Fran Flory said the team needed to fix their mistakes.
We got to bounce back. This is not the end of the world. It's one match. It's a match against a team that, has a chance to do some special stuff this season. And, I was proud of our effort. I'm not that upset. I'm upset with a loss, but I'm not upset with our effort. The things that we didn't do well are things that we can fix, and we'll get in the gym tomorrow and see if we can recover a little bit.
The loss was LSU's first in SEC play this season. Myron, you just got served.
The losing continued Sunday afternoon for the Lady Tigers. The Kentucky Wildcats came into the PMAC and did what their football team couldn't do the day before and beat LSU. The Tigers dropped a wild first set, which saw 13 ties, 26-24. Kentucky kept LSU at bay in the second and third sets, winning 25-16 and 25-17. The Wildcats sweep dropped LSU's record to 10-5 and 3-2 record in conference play. LSU goes on the road this weekend to face South Carolina and Florida. Back to you, Jacob. Served.
Moving outdoors, kind of, the LSU tennis program looks to stay dry. Reporter Troy Galden explains how the teams plan to do so.
They say practice makes perfect, but for both LSU tennis programs, perfect weather makes practice possible.
The rain is not my friend. It hasn't, you know, when you're looking at I've become a weatherman over the last several years. You know, every week we start out with a 10-day forecast.
I watch the Weather Channel more than you would believe during the season. When we have bad weather, we don't have a place to practice, and it makes it awfully tough to gain cohesiveness and consistency with your practices.
Although the courts in Dub Robinson Stadium were recently resurfaced, the teams still sit behind the curve, being the only SEC school without indoor tennis courts.
We're constantly recruiting, but so is everyone else. And there's more and more schools that are competitive and that are, you know, getting in on the same recruits. And you're going to have something at least equal to what your competition has.
It is frustrating at times because, you know, I enjoy probably practice more than anything, and when you're limited to the amount you can practice, it makes it tough on improving your players and getting better.
But things are about to change for LSU tennis. The coaches will finally get their umbrella with fundraising underway for the state-of-the-art tennis facility.
Well, the coaches have been, you know, very emphatic on the need for an indoor facility, and I agree with them. I really understand the value of that.
It's going to be very beneficial. You know, it's been a long time coming, but we're really excited about what's happening coming up soon.
When we do build a facility, as you can see, like the practice basketball facility, baseball, we do a first-rate job, and that's what we need.
Reporting for Tiger TV, I'm Troy Galden.
Oliva says the facility will cost around $10 million and will be open in about 2 years.
LSU's men's cross-country team finished second in the McNeese Cowboys Stampede race this past Saturday. The Tigers had 4 runners finish in the top 15, including senior Cullen Duty, who finished 6th, and Richard Cutton, who finished 8th. LSU's next event will be October 15th when the squad heads up to Fayetteville, Arkansas to race in the Chili Pepper Festival. Hopefully it's not too hot. Coming up, find out which historical figure Hank Williams Jr., the savage behind the Monday Night Football song, compared Obama to.
Myron, I really never wanted to say this, but Sports Showtime gets political when we return.
At George's, you'll fit right in. BR's original comfort food. At George's, you'll fit right in. BR's original comfort food. We have awesome hamburgers and po' boys. We also have a full-service bar. Dine in or take it to go 7 days a week. Everyday food specials. George's Restaurant is open from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and open late after LSU home games.
Purple and gold are more than LSU's colors. They define us. Purple is the passion that drives our pursuit of golden achievements. They're the unstoppable combination that propelled Shaq to 4 NBA championships, took rockers better than Ezra platinum, and helped Maxime Faget's spacecraft punch a hole in the mesosphere, blasting the first American into space. Whether you want to be a superstar, a rock star, or send people closer to the stars, we transform your potential into greatness. Love purple, live gold.
Welcome back to Sports Showtime. Jacob, It's an end of an era on Monday Night Football.
It's a sad day, my friend. Hank Williams Jr. will no longer ask fans if they're ready for some football. ESPN announced they were dropping Williams' opening from their telecasts after a statement he made on Fox and Friends. Williams called President Barack Obama and Speaker of the House John Boehner's golf summit one of the biggest political mistakes ever. Williams compared it to Hitler playing golf with Israeli leader Benjamin Netanyahu.
Enough, Jacob. This politics making my head hurt. But back to sports, where there's a lot going on this weekend at LSU. The football team hosts the Florida Gators Saturday at 2:30. The Tigers look to continue their winning streak against their rival after last year's 33-29 thriller in the Swamp. The soccer team looks to protect their undefeated conference record. They travel to Vanderbilt Friday at 7 and Kentucky Sunday at 1. And the volleyball team hits the road facing South Carolina Friday at 6 and going to Florida Sunday at 12:30.
Well, we're done-ski for the day here at Sports Showtime, but if you missed any part of this episode, you can catch our rebroadcast tonight at 10 on WBTR Channel 19 at 10 and Thursday evening at 5 on Cox 4.
You can also find episodes on our website at tigertv.tv. And while you're there, you can see old clips and find all the latest news. You can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at ttb_sports to stay up to date.
That's all for us on behalf of Myron and myself and everyone at Tiger TV who makes the show work. Thanks for watching. Take it away, Myron.
Everybody, have a great day.